Yeah. So I was telling that we are talking कि ये सब होना चाहिए, ये सब properly implement करना चाहिए. But the question is how it is organized with respect to sequence and time. Like how are you going to manage? How are you going to make sure that communication, planning, modeling, deployment, and everything is taking place? Plus, it is taking place within time. So for that, we have to see the process flow. See, a generic process model always have these 5 stages, that is communication, planning, modeling, construction, and deployment. But there are different types of process flows which are available. For example, the first one is the linear process flow. It executes each of these 5 activities in the sequence. Yani first communication hoga, फिर planning hoga, modeling, construction, and deployment. That's it. There is no break in the chain. Next type of process flow we have is iterative process flow. अब iterative में क्या है? You start with communication, you go to planning. It may happen that planning करते करते वापस there are some needs and requirements from the clients. So you again go to communication, again go to planning, then you go for modeling. Modeling करने के बाद कुछ changes आया, वापस you have to go for modeling. और modeling करने के बाद if it is fixed, then there is construction. Once you reach construction, it may happen that after reaching the construction stage, you are again going to communication phase because the clients need something or they want to delete something. So after, as I said, that halfway your software is developed, there may be some changes in it. So that is again in the communication phase. So that changes you have to accommodate. So you plan for it, you model for it for a prototype or a design, and then again you construct it. So क्योंकि ये activities बार बार repeat हो रही है after few stages, that process flow is called as iterative process flow. And once you are done with that, then the final stage will be the deployment stage. Deployment stage के बाद communication is rarely possible. Now, next is evolutionary process models. Now, in this, what happens? See, communication, फिर planning, फिर modeling, construction, deployment, and then again communication. Now, last slide I said deployment के बाद communication is rarely possible because there are few applications which are only built for once. For such applications, after deployment, there is no communication. But there are few applications, for example, अपना Facebook लो, WhatsApp लो, these applications are such जो even हम deploy करें, even we put it at the end user's usage, there has to be something updated going on every other time for better and better features and facilities. So in that case, after deployment, again there is a communication phase, again you plan, again you model, construct, and deploy. So this process is called as evolutionary process because your software is evolving day by day. It is getting updated day by day as per needs of the users, or say as per needs of the situations. So an evolutionary process flow executes activity in a circular manner, which means it is a continuous circle. So unless the demand stops, the circle is going to take place continuously, like the evolution is taking place continuously. Next is the parallel process flow. Parallel process flow is where one or more activities are executed in parallel. Like you have communicated, you have planning, modeling चल रहा है साथ साथ में. Again you are communicating, like you are modeling it. डिजाइन कर रहे हो लेकिन वो पूरा फिनिश नहीं हुआ है. इन बिटवीन वापस रिक्वायरमेंट्स आया तो तुमने वापस कम्युनिकेशन करके प्लानिंग किया है एंड यू आर अकोमोडेटिंग इन मॉडलिंग एंड उसके बाद कंस्ट्रक्शन फाइनल एंड देन डिप्लॉयमेंट. So that was parallel process flow. So these were all the types of process flow in which the generic process framework activities can be accommodated. Next things we study is a prescriptive process model. It was originally proposed to bring order to chaos. Prescriptive process models advocate an orderly approach to software engineering. However, will some extent of chaos be beneficial to bring some creativity? Now, general processes where you have a framework idea कि ये ऐसे ऐसे होता है, then अपने हिसाब से उसको implement करो. Prescriptive process model is where in precise you mention that these kind of software will use these models, so and so kind of softwares will use other models, and so on. So to become very specific, we have prescriptive models. As it says, there are many chaos when you use general processing models because क्या करना है, it is a big mess at start stage and it is continuously evolving and so on. So because everything is in mess, to bring a sequence to it, to bring an order to it, we have prescriptive models. So the question is whether it really reduces the chaos, or it is being beneficiary, or what it is exactly doing. That leads to a few questions. If the prescriptive process models strive for structure and order, are they inappropriate for a software world that thrives on change? यानी the question arise here is कि अगर chaos कम करने के लिए बहुत precise manner में हमने अगर models बनाए हैं, so is it possible कि वो एक static structure दे जिसमें changes accommodate करना possible ही ना हो? Yet, if we reject traditional process models and replace them with something less structured, do we make it impossible to achieve coordination and coherence in a software's work? So let's say कि अगर हमने जो traditional चल रहा था टेक्निक, अगर वो हम गिव अप भी कर दे और ये नए मॉडल्स के साथ जो आ रहे हैं उसके साथ एडजस्ट भी करें, सो इज इट पॉसिबल कि वो कोऑर्डिनेशन कंट्रोल बैठा ना कि विद इन टाइम सब हो रहा है कि सब लोग प्रॉपरली कर रहे हैं, नो सॉफ्टवेयर within time properly develop हो रहा है. So let us see what are the different models given in the prescriptive models. Yeah, so the first model we start with is the waterfall model. This is the basic model and the first ever model that was developed, which is very outdated now and not used. As you see, the 5 framework activities, that is communication, planning, modeling, construction, and deployment, are followed sequentially in this model. तो हमने जो process flow देखा था, similarly, this waterfall model executes a sequential or say linear process flow, where in communication, that is nothing but a project initiation and requirement gathering. You're talking with the customers and clients, you're gathering requirements, you're trying to know what they exactly want. Then you plan accordingly. Planning may you have estimating, scheduling, and tracking, like software estimation, cost estimation, budget estimation, scheduling in the sense what are the time and efforts needed, whether it will be completed within time or not, or what is the extended time that can we have, that can be possible. And next is tracking. Tracking is where you are continuously checking the progress of the software, or say continuously trying to know that whether the plan will work. If it is not working, then what can be done. Next is modeling. Modeling is analysis and design, that what has been done, how it can be done, then finally putting it into blueprints or putting it on papers and or creating a prototype, analyzing that prototype, whether it is correct, whether any changes needed or so. Next is construction, that is coding and testing. Now, once modeling thing is done and your design is ready, you convert that design into code. Once your coding is done, once you have built that properly, next thing you do is testing to check whether that code is running properly. Does it have any errors? Is there any bug to be fixed? And once you are clear with everything, that the code is perfect, the testing is done perfect, the last stage is the deployment, where you deliver that product to the customer. You keep a technical support as to know if there are any problems with the customer to use that model. You are always there to help. And next is that you receive the feedback, like or whether they liked or not. So it is the oldest paradigm. It leads to the linear fashion technique, but the problems with waterfall model are rarely linear iteration is needed. Ideally, it cannot happen. Ideally, waterfall model cannot take place because waterfall says it has to be linear, like एक phase खत्म होने के बाद ही दूसरा, दूसरा खत्म होने के बाद ही तीसरा, which in practical world is not possible. There are many things. Communication phase may, like requirement gathering keeps on changing. Customers have a lot of requirements change at some point of time, so iteration is needed. Second, it says hard to state all the requirements explicitly. As I mentioned कि पहले ही go में सारे requirements mention करना is not possible. So it leads to blocking state because requirements keep on changing. Then unless you are done with this stage, you cannot move to planning stage. So unless planning stage is done, modeling cannot be done, which means that if first stage से ही बाहर नहीं आए तो ये मॉडल, ये सॉफ्टवेयर कभी भी डेवलप ही नहीं हो पाएगा, which is like the other stages are blocked because you are again and again moving in this stage only. Code will not be released until very late. So finally, जब ऐसा लगेगा कि हो गया है फाइनल रिक्वायरमेंट्स, तब तक बहुत टाइम चला जाएगा. सो ये जो कोड रिलीज होगा, यानी ये जो डिप्लॉयमेंट होगा using waterfall model, that will be very late. So this was all about waterfall model. Next lecture we'll study what is the V model.